and welcome back to CEMA's podcast. Y'all ready for this? Where we talk about all things emergency preparedness to make sure that you and your family are ready for any type of natural or man-made disaster right here in Chatham County. This week, I am joined by my amazing co-host, Sakile. Sakile, welcome back.
Thank you.
And this week, you guys, we are in for a treat. We have the Sergeant Jason Pagliaro with the Savannah Police Department, and we are talking about our monthly theme for the month of March, which is It's Not Luck, it's called planning. So this is taking St. Patrick's Day into full swing. We are talking about planning and preparedness and not relying on luck to make sure that we are safe for not only this St. Patrick's Day, but we're safe for the months to come as we are in peak tornado season and we are inching our way towards hurricane season. So without further ado, I would like to introduce everyone to Sergeant Pagliaro. Sergeant Pagliaro, can you introduce yourself, what your role is at Savannah Police Department, and then also maybe give our viewers or our listeners an idea of how many parades you have worked at Savannah Police Department?
Sure, Chelsea. Good morning. I'm Sergeant Jason Pagliaro. I'm with the Savannah Police Department. I am in charge of special events as well as Homeland Security for the department. It is my job to plan the St. Patrick's Day event from the police perspective, as well as to plan for most of the things that CEMA plans for on an annual basis. So preparedness for us is huge, and it will be throughout the St. Patrick's Day event. This will be my 16th parade. I was lucky enough not to work on my first year on, so it's my 17th year on department, 16th parade. The last 12 of which have been in the planning and in the incident command functions of the department.
Wow, 16 parades. So listeners, we are going to have some expertise here today talking about the parade and what you need to know and how you can prepare. That's what we're all about, is how you can prepare and understand what's coming your way. All right, Sergeant Pagliaro, we have not had a parade in 2 years, 2 very long years. So we have a bunch of new people that have moved down to Savannah. We have a bunch of new people that may be coming into town because they haven't taken a vacation in 2 years. And our veterans are rusty. What are some of the things that we can expect this year for the parade?
This year's parade will be the same as it's been in years past. So expect that at 6 o'clock in the morning on parade day, everybody's going to rush to get their spots in the squares. Hopefully people remember that, there's limited space in the squares. So if you're going to get a square spot, you need to be down there at 6 o'clock. You can't occupy the squares before that. If you do, city marshals are going to ask you to leave, and you'll have to be part of that land rush to get the squares, to get the prime spots along the route. But as always, it will be a great day of family fun. The parade is one of the largest in the country. It will start at 10:15 and it will go throughout most of the day into the early afternoon. You'll see police from various agencies, not only from SPD, but you'll see troopers. You'll see officers from other partner agencies around the Tri-County area. We've got officers coming from as far away as Statesboro, Bryan County, all coming to assist because they want to be part of the festivities that morning. If you see them, we would encourage you to go by and say hi to them. They're out there for your safety and for you to be able to enjoy a great parade. And then you're going to see, one of the largest parades in the country, put on by a great organization, the Savannah St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee, and hopefully you'll have a great day doing it.
Awesome. So when can we start to expect to see traffic changes because of the parade, and how often are those going to last?
Same time that we start doing the land rush, we start putting our barricades out in the staging area. And the staging area is down Abercorn, close to Forsyth Park, and the side streets around there. We start towing vehicles from there at 6 a.m. So, one of the things we ask folks is you're going to see the no parking signs are going to go up next week. They'll start going up Monday. Pay attention to those signs. Please, Thanksgiving. Please on St. Patrick's Day morning, do not be in a no parking zone. At 6 a.m. we're going to start towing cars, and that's, as few, if there's fewer cars and you're further down the route, you may see a tow coming by, at 6:15 instead of 7 o'clock. So the towing starts at 6 a.m. So that's one of the things to start seeing. Again, the road closures start at 6 a.m. We'll close the route in steps. We're going to keep Bay Street open as long as we feasibly can. But by 9 a.m., expect Bay Street's going to start closing down. We've got some infrastructure we've got to put up. And in order to do that, we need to shut the road down. Once that infrastructure goes in, it's going to stay closed until the end of the parade passes. So pretty much the same thing you see with Mardi Gras. When the parade passes, you're going to see the street sweepers, the garbage trucks come through, clean up everything. We want Savannah to look like it did before the parade started. So that's going to happen right at the end of the parade. After those street sweepers, there's going to be a line of officers and barricade trucks picking up barricades to get things open again so folks can get home, so they can move around. But like I said, those closures will start as early as 6 a.m. and will be in place till hopefully no later than about 4:30 for the stuff that's at the very end of the parade. We will open things in waves. So as traffic gets off Abercorn, we'll open Abercorn. As traffic gets off Bay, we'll pull that infrastructure down, and we'll keep just sections of the route closed. The other thing you're going to see is ambulances parked in the roadways and things like that. So bear that in mind. All that's got to get out of there as well. So that's what you can expect for closures.
All right, so kind of like a phase in and a phase out. If you are parked in a tow zone, expect to get towed. It's not going to be something that will just put a cap on your wheel and say, don't do that. I'm going to straight tow them out. I like it. Well, you got to think the amount of floats that are going to be coming in, the size of the floats that are coming in. We have to have those streets open. So that makes sense.
It's that there's another part of the preparedness that we're concerned about. If there's a car on the route and once marching bands and floats get on the route, if somebody comes out to get in that car, we've got to be prepared to make sure that car's not running into parade attendees or parade participants. So that's the other reason that we're pulling those cars off the route. We can't have somebody inside the route that could potentially injure somebody along the route.
Yeah, that's a really good point that I didn't even think about. All right, Pagliaro, let's talk about the construction that's happening in a lot of the areas of downtown Savannah right now. Are there changes to the parade route this year? And what are some of those changes, if there are any?
Actually, there are no changes to the parade route. The parade route will be as it has been in years past. The contractor who's working on Broughton Street has gotten the intersections that we cross through on Broughton open for us. They've moved equipment out of the way. They've made sure that those intersections will be open. So the parade will be the route it has always been.
Wow. There's a lot of rumors that are circulating. Sakile, what were you going to say?
No, I was saying that's great. I had no idea. And I was just wondering about that.
Yeah.
They're actually going to have all that open for us. So that will help as well.
That is huge. Yes, I have been talking to a lot of people around Savannah that were very concerned that their usual spot would not be available because of parade route changes. So that's very, very awesome that you were able to debunk those rumors for us. Thank you.
That is great to hear. So I know I always tend to get nervous around this time of year because with the parade, there's always tons of people in Savannah. Everybody's trying to go to the same place. There's a lot of people and also sometimes a lot of alcohol. So how do you suggest parade goers prepare for this event, especially if they have little small children, tiny people that they're bringing with them?
That is a ridiculously good question. One of the things that we really, really want people to do is realize this is a family event. And while we realize that a lot of people look at this and want to come down and drink, there are also a lot of families that want to come. So for families that are coming down, there's a couple of things that we preach every year. And one of them is please take photos of your children before you come down. It is really, really difficult to go look for, oh, my child's, a little boy and he's wearing green. Everybody's wearing green. So yes. If you give me a picture, I can disseminate that picture to all the officers on the route in a matter of moments. I can disseminate it via Twitter, what have you, to citizens who are along the route. So we've got people from all of these agencies working. If I can get a picture of them and go, hey, this is who we're looking for, this is where the parent's going to be, that's huge. Grab any officer you see. They all have communications back to the command post. If you lose one of your children, please let us know right away so we can start looking. There are officers all along the route. There are officers in all of the squares. We can get that information to them quickly so we can start looking, and we can reunite you as fast as we can. If you think about it, or if you're comfortable with it, write your phone number on your child's arm, or on their upper arm behind their sleeve. It gives us a way to call the parent, and put the parent's name on there. A lot of kids don't know their parents' names, and that's not uncommon. My grandkids know me as grandpa. They don't know me as Jason Pagliaro. They know me as grandpa. Kids know their moms and their dads as mommy and daddy. So if I say, who's your mom? They go, mommy. If there's a name and a phone number there, I can call mommy and say, hey, I've got your child. I'm taking her to this location. Come meet us there. We encourage you, if your child is missing, to tell that officer, and then find the nearest EMS post, because that's where we're going to bring the child, is to the nearest EMS post. It's a safe spot for them. If they have to wait, they can wait inside an ambulance where the air conditioner's running, etc. It's a good, safe place. And there's more eyes that can keep an eye on them there. So those are some hints. Other things I would suggest if you're coming down, it's Savannah. We all know the weather changes in Savannah at the drop of a hat. Sunscreen, water. You're going to be out there for several hours. If you watch the entire parade, you're going to be out there for 5, 6, 7 hours. Bring some water with you. Hydrate. Don't bring it in glass bottles. Don't bring it in a styrofoam cooler, because they're not allowed. But make sure you bring some water with you. Make sure you bring sunscreen. We all think that the sun's not going to be that bad if it's an overcast day. You can still get sunburn. We don't want people dropping from sunburn and things like that. Bring some food. That's a long time to go without any food. We don't want blood sugars dropping, things like that. If you've got medical needs, if you're diabetic, if you're and you need medication for those kinds of things, make sure you bring it with you. Your insulin, what have you. If you have allergies, make sure you bring an EpiPen with you. We can administer that before we can get an EMS person to you. That may be a matter of life or death. So make sure you've got those kinds of things with you. It's, again, a long period of time to be outside. But the other big thing is, come ready to have fun. Bring your chairs, bring your blankets, bring those kinds of things. But the other thing we would ask is, if you bring it with you, make sure you bring it out with you. Pack it in, pack it out, treat it the same way you would treat a national park. This is Savannah. It's a national treasure. We would hope that, the trash that comes in goes out. We'll have trash receptacles up. If you've got it, if you've got trash and it won't fit in the trash receptacle, bring a trash bag with you, pack your stuff in, pack your stuff out.
All right. I love that. If you're going to bring it in, you need to take it out with you. That's a really good motto to have, for sure. Thank you so much for all of those preparedness tips. I mean, I've got a small child, and, I can't participate in the parade this year because I work for CEMA. I will be in the Emergency Operations Center. So will Sakile. Yes. But for all of my friends that are going to be out there, for all the other parents, that's some fantastic tips. So I really do appreciate that. So I heard you mention the EMS post. There's a lot of police officers that are going to be around and available. Can you give us kind of a big picture? What does public safety look like for the parade this year? If someone has an emergency, do they still call 911, or is there a better way for them to communicate?
You can certainly call 911 if you're along the parade route. You may find it's actually faster. There's an officer within a half a block of anywhere on that route. There are multiple officers in every square. There are officers at every intersection, every major intersection, at least, on both sides of the route, because the route runs down the middle of the road. We've got people on both sides. So you should be able to find a uniformed officer fairly quickly. We'll all have on our traffic vests, so we're real easy to find. We glow in the dark with those things on. Look for an officer. They'll all be in uniform. They'll all be clearly marked with badges, etc. They will all have traffic vests on. pick an officer out. They can get you help faster than anything. If you're near an EMS post, grab them. They can talk to the command post just as easily as an officer can. There will be firefighters out there as well. Same thing. If you see a firefighter and you need something, let us know. We'll have officers out on foot. We'll have officers in vehicles. We'll have officers on golf carts, segways, bikes. You shouldn't have a problem finding somebody to tell you've got an issue. But if you can't find that, again, call 911. They'll answer you. They'll refer the call straight to us in the command post, and we'll get an officer to you as quickly as we can.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
That does make me feel a bit better. Now, I touched on this just a little bit earlier, and we know it's also a family event, but there are going to be some people who come downtown to enjoy a drink or two. So how is SPD planning to tackle the added potential for DWIs/DWIs from people that are leaving after the parade?
Well, I mean, like I said, we've got state troopers are going to be with us. They're going to be out on the roads. Our traffic unit's going to be out on the roads. The heat unit's going to be out on the roads. But also expect that our partner agencies are going to be out on the roads. If you're going to Port Wentworth, if you're going to Pooler, if you're going to Garden City, they're all also out on the roads. We didn't take the day off for St. Patrick's Day. We're all working. If you drink, don't drive. There are better options. There are Ubers. There are buses. There are phone a friends. I believe AAA Tow to Go will be out. Pick a better way than getting behind the wheel of the car. You don't want the added cost. You don't want what it's going to do to your insurance, and you don't want to take the chance of hitting somebody who is down there enjoying the festival. If you drink and drive, there's a good chance you're going to get pulled over and you're going to go to jail.
Yeah, there's a big chance you could lose your job. This is such a difficult time, in this day and age. Don't add that added complexity.
Exactly. And there's just entirely too many families and kids down there. On top of the complexities, what you could do to somebody else's family because you chose to drink and drive, what you could do to your own life because you chose to drink and drive, it's just not worth it. If you come down to party, if you come down to enjoy yourself, make sure you're following the rules, but also make sure that you have a designated driver to get you home. And if you can't, call a friend to come get you. If you can't do that, phone an Uber, find an officer. We will help you find an Uber if you can't find one, but don't get behind the wheel of the car.
There are plenty of options, so everybody, please be safe. I promise you there will be tons of Uber and Lyft drivers who come downtown specifically because there are lots of people who need a ride during St. Patrick's Day. Look up that CAP bus schedule, figure out how you're going to get around beforehand. Just please, please, please don't drink and drive. There's no good reason to.
Well, and that goes throughout the to-go cup zone. That's not just the parade route. I mean, the parade is one aspect of the weekend's festivities. The expanded to-go cup zone runs all the way down to Victory Drive. It runs between MLK and the Truman Parkway. So, if you're out in that area and you chose to go partake in alcohol at another establishment, same rules apply. And there's still going to be officers that are patrolling that area as well. We are out. Every officer that works for SPD will be working that weekend. There is not going to be people who are enjoying their day off. We're all working. So the odds of you getting caught are greatly increased, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah, that is some excellent advice from someone who has done this 16 years in a row. Well, minus the hiatus of the last couple of years. But that's some incredible advice. So thank you so much. Sergeant Pagliaro, is there anything else that you would like for our listeners to know about the upcoming parade or the festivities that surround St. Patrick's Day for 2022?
Again, I encourage everybody to come down, enjoy yourself. It's a great festival. This year, there've been a lot of changes to the way we're doing things. We're encouraging folks to come down and enjoy themselves in local businesses, at local food trucks, where the festivities and the celebration is more Savannah centric. It's not going to a big corporation who's not from the area. It's not going to folks that drove in to bring the party here. It's going to focus on Savannah. So come down, enjoy yourself, enjoy it, have a great time, do it safely, and come down prepared to have fun, but come prepared to do it. Come prepared to do it safely and enjoyably.
Yes, that is awesome. Thank you so very much. Sakile, any last words of wisdom or advice?
Just please be safe, have lots of fun, but be safe, plan what you can beforehand, and have a great time.
Yes. Well, thank you, listeners, so much for joining us. I will leave you with it's not luck, it's called planning. Make sure that you take the time to plan out what you're going to do and have an incredible time. Until next time, we will see you later. Thank you so much. Have fun, be safe, make good choices. Bye, guys.
Bye.